Saw you rise up, saw you fall down. Now I see you not too strong. We were younger, we were closer, but we never walk alone. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. Tears falling from your eyes. No, it's not fake. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. But the tears from your eyes. I stand still on your feet. We need to stay.
Hey there, Rabbit. Hang on, let's fix this window a little bit. There we go. I mean, before we can even really get a God Eater 2 anime, we would need to get God Eater 1 to actually finish its story, so it's never going to happen. Is there import? Oh, makes sense. So I may actually save my old save file, but we can't use that one, because that one's at the end of God Eater 2. Hey there, Sid. Yeah, sad dream indeed. You got Bride Sharo? Nice. Also, if you heard earlier, if you would have noticed, there's two openings to Guided to Rage Burst. You either get the male protagonist or the female protagonist. Oh, can do a new game. But this is a new character. You don't play as your character from God Eater 1, obviously. So, let's see. Broke 2 mil in score attack. Nice. I'll need to go set aside a day to go do the new score attack. So, let's see. I need to make a new character. Man, names are hard sometimes. Yeah, the higher DR cap does come with the DR resistance, but since I have Eunice and carry, it's not really a big deal. Well, I mean, we haven't started yet, Knob, so I'm not really winning, but I'm not losing. I did test. The undub does work. So this undub is supposed to be better than Resurrections. Resurrections undub was just a simple audio replacer. This one talks about they probably even fixed the lip syncing, so you won't have the lip flapping no longer match up. Because our Resurrection still uses all the English lip flaps. They didn't adjust anything, they just replaced the audio. This is the PC version. I'm just using a Xbox 360 controller. I see the thing with name. Names are hard. Name yourself Butts. What am I, Taisa? That's something Taisa would name his character. Not that I've seen. I don't think Taisa's ever seen me stream. That's a name Taisa would pick. I'm going in my head of some of my like standard names I use for stuff. just trying to remember if there's certain names that come up. I don't think I'll actually pick anyone that anyone uses. But E Bisto. It actually turns out the character I used last time, their codename was Gallant. I don't know why I picked Gallant as a codename for her. Now I've got some standard names I use. I'm just trying to think of which one I want to use. Reyna and Carpenter. Man, Reyna would not make a good God Eater. Their Oracle sells her anime to Z, that's all good, yeah. How about we go with Rosary codename? There's some reasons I'll use these names, given the leanings of God Eater 2's themes. So now remember, God Eater 2 Rage Burst is technically an older game that will be just played. Because Resurrection actually came out after it. Actually, you know what? Go with this, because actually there is a canon look for the female protagonist. And because I'm somebody who likes to use canon stuff if I can. You can always mess with it later if it's hair and stuff. All the standard accessories still exist. Yep, time for a new last, because we obviously do not play the same character as God Eater 1. Hey, Cactus. I don't ever usually use pigtail looks, but given that's actually the canon look, they are a little bit, because God Eater 2 Rage Burst is actually an older game. God Eater Resurrection came out after it. So, this is technically an older game than the one we just played. So we're going backwards in chronological release. Because you'll find there. There are more faces and hairstyles, I think, in this one. There's also a lot more outfits, I think. "20 voices."
トラップを置くね。みんな。申し訳ありません。よっと、トラップ置いたよ。もっとバラバラにしてあげるわ。玉切れみたいね。嫌な感じ。なんだ、気合い入れて損しちゃった。
That voice sounds familiar.
服だよ。いけるよ。
Curious, actually. Be quicker if I look it up this way. Hang on. Do they actually have the list of the character? Oh, they actually have a list of the names of every character. The voice actresses that go with them, actually, for God Eater 2 Rage Burst. They have better documentation for God Eater Rage Burst. Let me, this, if I untab this window. So shrink this window down so I can see it. Yeah, probably in the light over I saw that. Okay, so this is Yui Kano's voice. This is I Maida. I Sasaki. Umeka Shoji. I Nonaka. I Sasaki. I Maida. There's a lot of I's. Actually, I Maida does 2 voices. She does number 2 and 7. Kemi Kanata.
アイテムが切れました。カウンター。やった。やった。現ポイントに集合してください。
これでは鈍ってしまうな。離れた方が良さそうだ。諦めない。
アイテム切れです。まあこんなものじゃないですかね。さっさと潰れちゃい
な。ごめんなさい。そこみんなお疲れ様。ありがとう。
どないしよう。狙うてみます。いや、堪忍しとくれやす。どうです？やあ楽させてもらっちゃった。
気に入らないわね。グレネードまだ大丈夫よ。お疲れ様。
すみません。ちゃんとお礼させてもらいますよ。
Kemi Sato. That one sounds familiar. Who's that? None of these names are ones I know immediately off the top of my head. At least, you know, ones you can pick. Like, I know a character of this is voiced by Aoi Yuki, but it's not one we can pick. Oh, it's the voice from Canon, I guess.
行けくらえ。よし。
弱いわ。任務完了。最悪だわ。
Okay, there's no Naka's name? Yeah, I think that's about what I recognize.
なめんじゃないよ。調べるよ。こんなんじゃ消化不良起こすぜ。私は死ななかった。それが全てだ。いいね。ゾクゾクくる。
今ならこのまま死ぬんでしょうか。
いいね。ゾクゾクくる。
That's actually kind of nice one. See, that is Yuko Komatsu. Who is that? I could actually find a list. I want to look these names up. That is Yoko Komatsu. She's a pretty cure. Penny and stocking. Nanoka. Oh, that Kyoko. Oh, yeah, makes sense. That's why it sounded familiar. I was like, I Nanoka's this voice. I was like, that sounds really familiar. Yeah, that's Kyoko. That makes sense. I saw like 10. It's Miyuki Kawasho. I don't know why I keep opening the wrong window to open a new tab. Digimon things, Fist of the North Star, Healing Care. I think that's what the no, wait, it's not coordinator. What are those called? Some Seed. No, that's some Seed. That's one of the shoot from Double O. It's like a minute, but well, she's Lin Valkyrie Chronicles. Not a bad voice though. I'd probably lead to maybe 10. Or I think also liked.
厳しい状況ね。3回しましょう。あなたたち。 普段通りの実力を出せば問題ないわ。
It's also a nice one. Kasuzu Komata. Kamada. World Trigger, Tales of Xillia, Clanad, Fridays to Star Zero. Ooh, Yggdra Union. Ishida Mistel. Road Factory 2 of Rosalind. Monoboke, Pretty Cure, another One Piece bit.
いい雰囲気じゃねえの。
こっち来なってなめた真似を。何だらしねえな。
Yeah, we'll go with 19. I like that one. So let me get rid of that tab. I don't need that open anymore. Open it later. Alright, let's get into Rage Burst. As you can see, I still had my old save file, which you can see, well, that's no longer the right story saved it, because I did boot it up and just run around in it to make sure the undub was working. But we can't play that one, because obviously we can't start Rage Burst at story mission 115. By the way, I checked that save file, that's not even Rage Burst completed, it's only God Eater 2 completed. It's not even Rage Burst. Hasn't even got into Rage Burst. I think just started Rage Burst. Oh, actually plays the opening. But will it give us the female protagonist opening if we play the female protagonist? Because there's 2 openings.
So you fall down. Now I see you not too strong. We were younger, we were closer, but we never walk alone. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. Tears falling from your eyes. No, it's not fake, but I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. But the tears from your eyes, I stand still on your feet. We seem to stay.
Yeah, see, there's an official female protagonist design for God Eater 2. I like God Eater 2's opening a lot, actually. I like it more than God Eater 1's. So here's the trend of God Eater. Each game... Remember how things were kind of doing okay at God Eater 1 at the end? Well, things aren't doing okay anymore. That's why there's a sequel. Hello, Tamame.
荒ぶる神々の新たな神
Uh,
話その序章は
some of the subtitles aren't working. To replay that cutscene. It had subtitles before. Don't think it's a toggle. Well, it took me like 8 hours to patch this game, all things considered. See, now, this we're the shady organization. We are on board the Friar. We are a member of the Blood Unit. Special new types. The Friar is the cool mobile base we just saw. Yeah, we're elite now. More so than normal. We're not just a new type. We're a special new type. We are the elite new types. Of course, as usual. Of course, we have very little unlocked with all the things. We have just basic bullets. We're not going to get into bullets yet because there's not much reason to at the moment. Rage Burst is the first time all these are weapons. Of course, have the short blade, the long blade, the buster blade, the boost hammer officially came out along with the charge spear, and the scythe was added with Rage Burst. So this is the only one that's not like supposed to be here yet, but. Basic stuff is the Kuragane. Put out here. I think we don't have. Oh yeah, they also gave us the basic blood uniform. Then we have ones for You know, long blade specialist, buster blade, charge spear, short blade, boost hammer, variant scythe. They all have their own little unique uniforms. How tiny the short blade is. Let's use Longblade to start with again. I might change my mind later. I mean, obviously, the Longblade is the canonical weapon choice. I think it is for all of the protagonists. Let's just get some of these. So here's the Friar. We're on a very cool mobile base. I also kind of got a map, actually, we can see here. So this time we are... Actually, we can actually make this map here. So we can see, here's the Far East branch. Archdam area. You can see Japan's seen better days. There are giant chunks of the landmass missing from when the Aragami just ate it. Ate the land. But we are still the Far East branch. Well, the Far East area. Yeah, there's a male-female version for the opening. Well, we don't know all that right now. The vending machine is where we buy things right now. Just go into our local vending machine. Hey, record. A Rage Burst has a bigger focus on the character stories. That's actually kind of like Rage Burst, one of its big selling points. We'll get into more of that later.
無事終わって何よりだ。まあ座るといい。ここはフライヤーの中でも一番落ち着く場所なんだ。暇があるとずっとここでぼーっとしてる。ああ、すごく気に入ってる。そういえばまだ名乗っていなかったな。俺はジュリウス・ビスコンティ。これからお前が配属される極地下技術開発局ブラッドの隊長を務めている。
Rachel's our boss. Of course you can trust her.
あまり恐縮しなくていい。これからよろしく頼む。
She's voiced by Aoi Yuki.
さて。休んだ後でフライヤーをゆっくり見て回るといい。また後で会おう。
I do like this garden we have here. Gives a pretty big difference of what Friar is compared to the first game. You know, where the den is pretty much bare bones, just basic survival. The Friar is able to dedicate an entire deck to this lavish garden. Also, just the Friar itself is very fancy looking. You know, it's got all these stained glass windows everywhere. Just the wooden doors, the architecture of the Friar itself. And here's a new operator, Fran. We gotta do basic training. That's the emblem of us. Deo Valente? I don't know Latin to know what that saying means.
ず戦場で大事なことは状況把握だ。周囲を見回してみろ。
Could use the D-pad for that, but I'm not going to.
正面を見ろ。次は戦場での移動についてだ。
That's a better tutorial. It mandates you to figure these controls out.
そこに2箇所高台があるだろう。登れるようにしておけ。高低差が有効になることもある。
As we actually found out very near the end, you could actually mantle in this game.
スタミナの消費を常に考えながら行動しろ。戦闘中の息切れは確実
Actually
に
want to mantle because mantle is slowing. It's slow.
では少し体を動かしてみろ。
And slow gets you killed. There's actually different sound effect walking on this metal. Makes sense because Guardian 2 is basically when they kind of like knew what they were actually wanting to do with the game. Now, one problem, we no longer have Predator styles, so our melee combat is much slower now. Triple S plus. The heck are you eating, Nana?
君もブラッドの新入生じゃなくて新入りの人だよね。私はナナ、同じくブラッドの新入りです。よろしくね。
So you can see it's the year 2074.
そうかな。結構これで普通だよ。それにさ、ゴッドイーターは食べるのが仕事だから、これも仕事の一環みたいなものなんですよ。でしょ?
Playing Guardian 2 second character now. Yeah, like I said, Guardian 2 is when they kind of knew what they were doing with the franchise. So, compared to Guardian 1, which was still kind of like, we're being sort of Monster Hunter-y, but like faster and more action-paced. God Eater 2 is more of like when they decided, this is what we're going to make God Eater about. She just devours that thing. Just chomp that down. What's that? It's like a squid, egg, some kind of cheese, or a something else?
お母さん直伝ナナ特製のおでんパンすっごく美味しいからよかったら食べてよ。おっと私そろそろ訓練の時間だから。
It's Oden, yeah, her,
行ってきます。
she eats a lot.
残したら
Yeah.
後で怒るからね。
Yeah, true. So I'm sorry, but Julius and Nana. Julius is our captain. He's our Lindo. Yes, this friar took it to the research on God Arc soldiers and blood. We're blood. Now we're a next generation weapon. Now we are part of Fenrir. We're just a special branch of Fenrir. And Rachel runs an orphanage called Magnolia Compass. We've been chosen. You might notice there's a different framing work going on in Friar. We're the chosen ones. The New World Order. Hey, you know, there's that big stained glass window over there. Also, there's a big difference, yeah. So we will get to it. We have standard missions, hard missions, extras, special, go to ridge burst missions, and special missions. This is all the other stuff I never got into. Cerberus's Wrath. Let's not look at all that stuff. That might be spoilers. We gotta do basic training. Or we actually play the game. You gotta get tutorialized.
前回の幼いからだ。目の前の敵を倒せ。前回より手強い相手だ。油断するなよ。荒神の攻撃を避けるのが難しい時には走行を展開して。
So we stop our quick devour, but we can't do it from a standing position anymore. Because we don't have Predator styles anymore, we don't have Quick Devour. If we want to do a Quick Devour, we need to attack, and then we can Quick Devour. And we have no more aerials. We don't have Step. So, our melee options are much more limited. So. Way ahead of you, Julius. But we're not gonna have our full ability kit for a while. Well, it's because Resurrection is actually the newer game, after all. Resurrection is built on Guardian 2 Rage Burst's engine. So, in a sense, yes, we're going backwards. Because Resurrection is newer. If I wanted to give, like, the authentic Guardian 1 experience, I would have to go get Guardian 1 Burst, which I don't think exists. So, Resurrection is your only option to play the first game. Which means, yeah, when you go to Rage Burst, you are downgrading in complexity somewhat. Sort of, like, not entirely, because we do have the Blood Arts, but we haven't unlocked those yet. Now that's really Guardian 2's entire gimmick, is all the stuff to do with being a member of Blood. But, definitely losing our Predator style. He's going to be a big hit to our melee combat abilities.
あれ見ない顔だね君ら。
こんにちは。
あ、ひょっとして噂の新人さん？
はい、これからお世話になります、先輩。
先輩いいね、なんかいい響き。よし、俺はロミオって言うんだ。先輩が何でも教えてやるから何でも聞いてくれ。
Actually, all those blood members actually have these fancy armlets. Remember, armlets in the first game were just red? All the members of blood have these like black ones with a red inline and like gold.
あ、その前に言っておく。ブラッドは甘くないぞ。覚悟しておけよ。おお、いい質問だね。そうだな。
Gungrave-esque.
ブラッドは血の力を秘めていて、そう、血の力に目覚めると必殺技が使えるんだ。うちの隊長なんてすごいんだぜ。どんな荒神だってズバーンドバーンって倒しちまうんだからな。
すごい。じゃあロミオ先輩の必殺技ってどんな感じなんですか？
バカお前。ほら、必殺技ってのはさ、そんなすぐに手に入るもんじゃないんだよ。
Just mid-T.
そうだ、今みたいな質問はさ、ブラッドを設立したラケル博士にどんどん聞けばいいと思うな。じゃ、またな。
And away he goes.
あれ、質問タイムもう終わり？
Like how Nada has kind of like a cat ear hairstyle going on.
なんかまずいこと聞いちゃったかな。
Not sure how you get a hairstyle like that to work. Does have all the blades, short blades. The long blades. It's kind of always like long blade because the zero stance lets you have infinite combos. Yeah, Buster Blade actually being slow is about counterattacks. Get some mail. Romeo Leone. Silva. There are all the alternate characters. Obviously, we also have Julius. Also, I like this. Julius is the captain, right? So he's the most senior member. So he actually comes with a bunch of skills already pre-learned. If you compare it like God Eater Resurrection, where even though Lindo is your superior officer, he only starts the game with like, 2 skills, like everyone else. They give Julius a full 4 skills to start with. And then he has natural charisma, so 20% extra damage for everyone in your team. He has 8 burst already innately, team AP up. He has blood powers, which we don't know anything about yet. Got Nana over here, innately, she's got max HP. Has innate firm stand. Ignoring, yeah, she's a melee fighter. And then Romeo has all-out attacks. So yeah, she has a lot of damage in melee attacks. He's trigger happy. Actually, he has all of the ideal things you would be using. It's technically for all builds, you vote trigger happy or all-out attack depending on your build, because you just turn your stamina into more damage output. He's got that innately. Yeah, recruit legendary god chief mage to your party, only knows flare. Yeah. Whereas in this case, Julius is your commanding officer. He even has a blood art already, if you don't know anything about, but he has a blood art unlocked. Actually, I think Romeo says he doesn't, and neither does Nana. Huh, all three of these, Nana, Julius, and Romeo, all come from the same orphanage. Okay. Speak to Dr. Rachel. I mean, her office looks pretty nice. I mean, it looks more unique than Julius's director's office, right? Well, there's no. Well, I guess it's an office. So, this is Rachel. She is our boss. Let's go for our boss. She has a nice mount. She is in a wheelchair. Yeah, tell me, it's possible. I don't think it's ever mentioned. I should check our character's profile after this. You gonna believe who your favorite character of this scene is? Is it Nana? He knew. Sorry, Cactus, I just know you. For better or for worse, right? We're the best of the best. I think there are less voiced scenes in Rage Burst just because, again, this is an older game. And this is specifically a Vita port. Whereas Resurrection also had a Vita version, but also had a PC version. Not sure is wearing no clothes. She does wear very little, it's true. Okay, we're gonna go to our first actual combat. We can see an ochre tail and a new type of enemy. The Delia, she's not really a cat girl. Her hair is just up like a cat girl's. Wolf girl, whatever. No, she's got nothing to do with being a wolf. She just has her hairstyle like that. Cat girl coded, exactly. Yep, she's the boost hammers.
あれが人類を脅かす災い、駆逐すべき天敵荒神だ。手段は問わない。完膚なきまでに荒神を叩きのめせ。いいな。
これって実戦ですか？
本物の戦場でやってこその実地訓練だ。お前たちが実力を発揮できさえすれば問題になるような相手じゃない。いいな。古来から人間は強大な敵と対峙し、常にそれを退けてきた。鋭い牙、強靭な爪も持たない人類がなぜ勝利したのか。共闘し、連携し、助け合う戦略と戦術。人という群れを一つにする強い意志の力。
That's kind of spazzing out
俺
there.
たち人間に与えられた最大の武器なんだ。それを忘れるな。時間だ。行くぞ。今回の相手は攻撃的な荒神ではないが注意しろ。
うわー、本物の荒神だ。サポートします。
よろしく頼む。今日の荒神の動きを観察しろ。
交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。
よし。
荒神の討伐を確認しました。
A new type of origami here, these little beetle things, a dread pike.
荒神の討伐を確認。荒神が沈黙しました。なんとか倒せた。
Get used to the fact I don't have any of my predator styles anymore.
荒神反応を確認。近いです。
種別は
大型いると思われます。
よし、迎撃するぞ。
Yep, much bigger maps I think in Rage Burst compared to God Eater 1 as well.
さて、やってみるか。
Oh, we're just like getting abandoned God Arcs. They give you abandoned God Arcs real early in this one. Though the menu is not as nice though. It doesn't give them all in a list, it gives them to you one at a time. But this is the thing, I don't think this existed in the original God Eater, so this is where this system first appeared. And that was of course ported to Resurrection. Okay, here I should mention, if you reach 0, you fail. Everyone else can go down as long as your character doesn't.
Nice. お前たちが目覚めるべき血の力をここで見せておこう。
力がみなぎる。
今からブラッドアーツを目標に対して放つ。少し離れている。
ブラッドアーツ？
戦況を覆す大いなる力。戦いの中どこまでも進化する。刻まれた血のなせる技。これがブラッドアーツだ。俺たちブラッドに宿る血の力、そしてブラッドアーツ、これをどう伸ばし、どう生かしていくか、全てお前たちの意志次第だ。覚えておいてくれ。いいな。
Yeah, blood arts are the gimmick of this one. Till we get blood arts, we're not gonna do a whole lot. Anything too special. Believe yourself as I believe in you. He believes in us, look at that. Mail. From Romeo, shield parts, yeah. Yeah, basically mentioned shields are our armor. So, if you don't ever use your shield, tower shield's the best, because it just means you'll take less damage. Reminds me. Our character does not mention, we drew this down as Nana, but doesn't mention if we're from the same orphanage as the other members of Blood so far. Don't think it ever comes up. Hey, Shu. Shy Tour. Yeah, because we don't have the Predator style anymore, so we don't have our, Step Devour, Aerial Devours, Attack Devours, really. Well, technically we have our Attack Devour, but we've lost Quick Devour, Step Devour, and Aerial Devour. So it's going to be awkward doing melee combat in this one, because of the downgrade in the melee system. There's only 4 members of Blood. Ah, yes, we used the P66 bias factor. Yeah, it's gonna take a little while. Especially... Sure, thanks for the follow. Especially until we get our blood arts. We're working with a very simplistic kit. We have hard missions. I don't make them exactly hard beyond... I think the way it works is... I think the difference is now standard missions are all the stories, and hard missions become the things that are just free missions. Like, these are your grinding missions, basically. Strictly. And everything under standard will be all of your story stuff. Like, they made the split rather than have them... They're separated into 2 categories. Like, so hard's not necessarily... But they are harder, but they are all just strictly free missions. So we have another new origami here, the Night Hollow. Yeah, we can't pick the operator, a support character yet. Check why the radio's not working. But the settings turned off by default. I need to go fix that. But yeah, we're now Blood 1 instead of Alpha 1. Or Blood 1. And Guardian 3 will be Hound 1. We know, really, Julia should be a Blood 1, given he's the captain, but...
まだ動き足りないよ。
こんなんじゃ消化不良起こすぜ。
Check why the radio's not working.
次はもう少し難しい任務でもこなせるんじゃないですか。
So much slower now by having the step devour. Ah, I almost made it.
さてやってみるか。
いやー、私の娘もあなたのファンでして。
ありがとうございます。拙い歌で恐縮です。
いえいえ、そんなご謙遜を。
フェンリルの広報活動にもご協力いただいて大変
Oh, it's Leia.
いえ、
Leah?
周辺地域への物資配給はフェンリルの方々のご支援でかろうじて継続できている状況です。私にできることがあればぜひ。
もしよろしければなんですけどね、本部の方で慰問コンサートとかは。
すみません。先ほど申し上げた通り、できればもう少しの間極東からはなるべく離れたくなくて、サテライト拠点の食料事情がもう少し改善されてからお伺いできればと思います。
なるほど、そういう事情だったのですね。承りました。本部に掛け合ってみましょう。
助かります。ありがとうございます。
ところで立ち話もなんですから。
大体お前らさ、前に突っ込みすぎなんだよ。敵の動きちゃんと見極めてか
Now
ら。
just hit him until they die, man.
ロミオ先輩がビビりすぎなだけなんじゃない？
な近いよ。すいません。
まったく貴様らは、ユノさん、本当にすみませんね。
いえ、そんな。
あんまりロビーでははしゃがないでね。大事なお客様にご迷惑でしょ。
はーい、すいませんでした。
いやー、ぶしつけですみませんね。戦うしか能のないやつらで。
あれ？
Yeah.
先輩、どうしたの？
バカお前。あれユノ。
ユノ？知ってる？
マジで？芦原ユノだよ。
アイドル。
芦原、超歌うまいの。有名人。カメラ持ってきてればよかった。くそ。なんかまだユノの香りが残ってる気がするよ。今日は風呂に入らないようにしとこう。
先輩、
いや
お風呂ぐらいは入ろうよ。
いやだってさ、今日というこの日はもう二度と帰ってこないんだよ。
なるほど、頑張ってください。よし、先行こう。
Our new simp.
待てよ。
Instead of a Habari simp. Let's be idols opposed to public settings because you need music. Think about it. Think about it. Fine. Yuno performance born November 20th, 17 years old. At the Numis Dina satellite base. Aria of Light. Sends us an email on the official channel to simp about his the idol he supports. An Oshi, is that what you call that? No, would it be an Oshi in this case? There's stats. Based. Well, they actually have oh, wait. Fran's her operator. Her full name is Fran Francois Francesca de Borgagon? Francois Francesca. Also, she's 16 years old. Nana is 17, so she's actually older than Fran and Yudo. Born February 22nd. The third generation God Eater. Julius is 20. Leia here is 28 years old. Don't actually know Rachel's age. It's not listed. It's classified. Romeo's 19. Yeah, I met this Dr. Cujo yet, 38. Here's the director Graham, the big man we just saw. Dish of the Apotheos Reinstatement Project. 45 years old. Also, Dr. Jepta, Leia and Rachel's father. The Autonomous God Arc Soldier Program. Who is my Kamoshi? I don't know. I don't think I have one. Can't do any upgrades yet. I don't really watch any VTubers. And there's not much we can craft yet either, of course. Yoshi is Chur Fairy. I mean, I guess Churno would be the closest thing to a VTuber I watch, I suppose, yes. She's not getting to control units at some point, though. Upgrade parts. All we have here is the impact armor. And there are some outfits we can make right now, but not too many. We just have basically different colored versions of what we already have. And for some reason, these Christmas outfits. Although, wow, this jacket is really... That jacket is something there. Santa's papers. Reindeer papers. Oh my. It's from a DLC. Alright, we need to go annoy the director. No one likes Grim. Yeah, the Kristoff is very bold. Like, for that guy's like, just don't let the director hear that. Although he is kind of... Look at this man. Look at those medals and the rings and just the expression of this man's face. He's kind of a jerk, as you might say. Should Neil be disappointed? Look, Roman, this is all your fault. Well, I was gonna say, he is a director of Fenrir. He is a military man. He helps fund the blood program. Here we go. For some reason, it was individual, which is voice only. There we go. That's why we haven't been seeing any of that. There we go. Window and voice. I don't know why my settings are set up like that. It's a part of the patch. Change my settings. On. Everything should be on. I don't think we need to worry about VSync. Yeah, okay, we should be fine.
出撃準備が整いました。5分を。
今日も頑張ろう。
So Ortales are the complete opposite sides of Forever. The maps in 2 are a little bit larger than 1's. Which definitely is not a bad thing, because it can be hard in the first game, as you kind of saw, to ever split Origami up, because the maps are so small. 2's maps are a bit larger. Although there are still some of the first maps still in the game, so they're not all bigger.
荒波の討伐を確認しました。
But don't forget, your code names are all lowercase for some reason. I don't know why everyone's code names are lowercase instead of a capitalized letter. But I always capitalize it out of habit. Because that's how you do things. But for some reason, all code names are lowercase. Do need materials again. Look, all this water. Too bad there's no fishing. All this water we can't fish in. There is no fishing in God Eater, sadly.
任せておけ。
新しいブラッドのメンバー？
ええ、お姉様。今日からブラッドに編入してもらう予定です。
ギルバート・マクレイン。どこかで聞いたことが。
おそらく本部の左門会議事録ではグラス号支部からの転属です。
思い出したわ。フラッギングギル。上官殺しのギル。ねえラケル、そこまでしてブラッドの増強って必要なのかしら。人気兵も完成に近づいているし、それだけでも十分。
いいえお姉様、それだけではちっとも足りない血の力で研ぎ澄まされた意志の力、強い意志が新たな意志の呼び水になるのです。ねえお姉様、これからも二人で全てを乗り越えていきましょう。人と追う巣に与えられた試練は人類の新しい未来のため。
ええ、分かってる。
Rachel's so soft-spoken.
いっていきなり殴ることないだろ
う。状況を説明してほしい。
ちょっとよくわかんなくて。
こいつの前いたところとか聞いただけだよ。そしたら急に殴りかかってきた。
あんたが隊長か。俺はギルバート・マクレイ。ギルでいい。このクソガキがムカついたから殴った。それだけ。懲罰棒でも除隊でも勝手に処分してくれ。じゃあな。
あいつ短気すぎるよ。俺もちょっと聞き方しつこかったかもだけどさ。
暴力は良くないね。 先輩も結構いじりすぎだったかもだけどさ。
軽く言った方が早く打ち解けられるじゃん。
今回の件は不問に付す。ただし戦場に市場を持ち込まぬよう関係を修復しておくこと。
無理だよあんなの。
お前たちもしっかりサポートしてくれ。いいな。
Romeo's getting into trouble already.
無理だって。あんな暴力ゴリラとなんかやってらんないよ。
You're already the Kota of the squad. Good angles. What are you staring at, Cactus? What are you Aaron staring at? They are Claudius. Evo Kota says we have to be careful. Thank you for charging in. Exactly. Yeah, we get the P66 bias factors of the P53. We get the experimental drugs. Hey, Caracal, how you doing?
Hey.
He was in the Scotland branch. He's Scottish. No, I guess they named Gilbert McLean for the Glasgow branch. He's 5 years. 5 years experience is pretty long. Let's see. It's in 5 years. I forget when God Eater 1 takes place. Let me double check. I don't remember the year in God Eater 1 off the top of my head. Let's see. Check out this timeline thing real quick. God Eater Prologue took place in 2065. God Eater took place in 2071. God Eater 2 is in 2074. It has been 3 years since the first God Eater game. So, 3 years have passed since the first God Eater. Blood is a family. A lot of medals the director has. A lot of war medals. Bunch of banners over here too. I have more medals. Spring Awakening. We gotta kill a bunch of small fry. We'll bring Nana on, then Julius. No, Julius is strictly better, given he has significantly more skills, but this is baby mode for babies, so... I think actually Gilbert, actually... He is not here. Gilbert doesn't come with any skills. Except he does have his unique skill, his title, Fragging Gil. Which gives him the prepared... burst duration up, melee attack specialist. But he also will never transfer you origami bullets because his -3 undoes any of his AI's attempt to give you origami bullets to give you link burst because of the fragging skill. Otherwise, he has bond break up, dexterous inherently, and he actually has a higher transfer ratio, but because of the handover, he won't give you any burst level if he gives you anything right now. And he uses a spear. So Roma uses the buster, Nana uses the hammer. So by this point, you've seen all of the new weapons that came with God Eater 2 specifically. The spear and the hammer. The scythe is used by a character who won't show up until we get to Rage Burst. But you know what? Let's show off the spear. Not the spear, the scythe. Because that will be something anyone uses in the game for a very long time. Yeah, we'll wear the scythe uniform. He's like cool little, like cape. Oh, this Cocoon Maiden. Scythe does? That's sweet. It has a special attack like this. The variant stuff is pretty strong. Ah, it's a meal. Ah, a meal.
緊張するのも無理はない。だが安心したまえ。この僕が来たからには心配は完全に無用だ。おっと、失礼した。
This guy's a good guy. Look how classy he looks.
僕はエミール。栄えある極東支部第一部隊所属エミール・フォン・シュトラスブルクだ。
He is from the first unit. He is of the same unit our protagonist is from the first game. He's from the first unit.
そうか。よろしくな。
このフライヤーはいい船だね。実に趣味がいい。しかし、この美しい船の祝福すべき航海を妨げるかのように、怒涛のような荒神の大軍が待ち受けているという。きっと君たちは不安に怯えているだろう。そう思うと僕はいても立ってもいられなくなったんだ。
Yeah, he is not a member of Blood. He is a normal God Eater.
そういうわけで君たちには僕が同行するよ。まさに大船に乗ったつもりでいてくれたまえ。遠慮はいらない。弱きを助けるのが僕の義務。これこそが騎士道精神というものだからだ。君は 切り気を張っているのか。いや、恥ずべきことは何もない。
I mean, he's great. He's a funny guy.
この正義の助太刀こそあるべきだ。その心意気わかるよ。自分の船は自分で守る心意気。騎士は食わねど高用事。
Yeah, the comic relief.
気に入った。
Yeah.
何が何でも同行させてもらうぞ。
Our twin tail's kind of blocking his face here.
共に戦おう。人類の輝かしい未来のために。我々の勝利は約束されている。
He is a nice guy. He's just also an idiot.
ややこしいやつが来たな。
Yeah, and he's weird. But he is a nice guy. He's just an idiot. Yeah, the three pole arms are boost hammers, charge spears, and varied scythes. Us commoners could never stand your right. Yeah, the boost hammer is actually a lot more mobile than it looks. It's slow when you move around normally, but it has the boost impact where you just rocket around. Because this is God Eater, nothing is really that slow. I forgot how to actually do one of those moves. Emil von Strasbourg. So you main boost hammer. I never used the hammer that much. So I've used usually long blade, buster throughout the series. At least for 1 and 2. I've done a little bit of the scythe, but I've usually been long blade or buster myself. Okay, that's why during the round fang to do the vertical slam. Okay. Yeah, one thing to keep about the round fang and the vertical fang from the scythe is and you have cleave fang. Insect glaive, that's not in God Eater. Is the amount of damage you do is you need to hit them with the tip of the blade. So knowing how far away you are with a move that extends your reach is important for the scythe. Rage Burst love survival mission? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? If I remember correctly, there's a lot of survival missions later. I should show off the sniper rifle. He'll show off the Buster. I think the Buster's a little bit faster in Rage Burst. Or it will be once you have Blood Arts. Yeah, Rage Burst maybe added a lot. I don't remember if survival missions were even in the original God Eater. I can't remember the original God Eater anymore. That was too many years ago. Hey, talk about the Aegis, Aegis incident. I'm gonna go with Aegis. I think it's Aegis. One in particular, that's our protagonist. Of course, they never named them because, well, obviously they don't want to, you know. You don't want to give them a canonical name. It's a nice garden. It's a shame you gotta walk on all those flowers to get over to that tree. The God Arc Swords aren't ready to be deployed yet. Hey, I'm gonna use Buster for a little bit. Let's go. Where's the Buster sword? The Buster clothes. We're gonna fight our first larger origami. We have to bring a meal along. Meal. Also uses a hammer. So everyone is a new type, so this is a big difference. Many of the characters like Guardian 2 are all new types, so you don't have as many old types. He gets knocked back a lot when he gets hit. He's exaggerated innately. He has firm stand as well. Cover up on aid. Makes it more difficult to actually hit allies. He has friendly fire control. He's the opposite of a cannon. He knows how to not shoot you in the back. The lamest thing you've ever heard. Oh wait, it's coming around. Our first mid-sized origami. So yeah, won't just die in 2 hits. Or 3. Also one of the other new origami types we're fighting, this weird crocodile thing. And the Buster is actually a lot faster swinging in 2. When you do the steps. Oh yeah, I'm trying to keep my burst going now. Only. There we go, full break.
任務完了。この速さ大したものですね。
見たか私の力を。
口ほどにもない奴らだ。
終わりだろ帰ろうぜ。
とりあえず一服といったところだ。
騎士にも休息は必要だな。
次はもう少し難しい任務でもこなせるんじゃない
For 5 minutes, not too bad. Found some oak. Got a ticket. Tickets are useful, obviously. Ah.
なかなかやる。だが今度はこちらの番だ。必殺エミールスペシャルウルトラ。尋常ならざる怪力。
I did like this voice, yeah. Yeah.
一人で突っ走りやがってさっさと片付けるぞ。
こいつは僕に任せてくれ。
Yeah.
僕の騎士道を君たち
Ah, a meal.
示してみせる。いいだろう。こちらも視力を持って相手
お前の騎士道とやらに付き合ってる暇はないんだな。さっさと終わらせてもらうぞ。勝手にしろ。
I'm just watching it beat up, don't worry. We got front row seats.
ゴッドイーターの戦いはただの戦いではない。この絶望の世において人気使いは人々の希望のよりしろだ。正義が勝つから民は明日を信じ、正義が負けぬから皆前を向いて生きる。故に僕は騎士は絶対に倒れるわけにはいかないのだ。
Bonk. Imagine going to the afterlife after you get killed by a meal.
バカなりに筋は通ったやつみたいだな。
やったぞ。騎士道精神の勝利だ。
Ah, he's such a dork. He is such a dork, but he is funny. Got some mail. Fran. Blood is in command of all operations. We can now get the ration, the energy drink, and the health drink for the vending machine. Like how the energy and health drinks raise the ability at the cost of lowering all others. I feel like it's not really a good endorsement of their nutritional value. We can now get some new clothes. We have the kitties, the halters. We got the high school uniforms as well. Let's go look at the new clothes we got. There are a lot of clothes in God Eater 2 compared to the first game, I'm pretty sure. In fact, there's an achievement for owning 200 different styles of clothing. So there are a lot of outfits in 2. In fact, I believe from something I saw from some discussions, there are certain outfits you could only unlock by defeating perilous challenges in the post-game at +1, +5, +15, and +99, I think. They're nothing like special, they're just like t-shirts, I think, with just like emblems on them. Collab one. I don't think... Yeah, there is a collab outfit as well, but I don't think we actually get that until later. Yeah, we don't have any of the... There is some collab outfits, but I think you don't unlock them until later. At least until you finish, beat God Eater 2 and go into Rage Burst. And it's got slightly shorter hair, so it clips through less. Actually, you know what? I like the longer one a bit more. Yeah, I beat Perilous 99, all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Pretty much, yeah. Basically that concept. Amelia's pretty funny, yeah. Hey, it's time for the Congo. Because everyone milk. Just make me all the tea, Emil, alright? Just big tea for me, I guess. That's your purpose in life now? Yeah, Emil's a good guy. He's just a dork. But he is a good guy. To fight a Congo. 2 Congos, look at that. The game goes to difficulty 2, and it's not to say, no, we're not going to make you just fight 1 medium-sized origami. No. You're going to fight 2. Like how Gil's thing is called a special item for his fragging Gil. Yeah, sure, Emil, you can come up. We can have 2 hammers. Let's try the spear. Just trying out weapons I've never done. I'd probably eventually just go back to using Buster or Long, depending on Blood Arts. Oh, hi Congo.
る。
ブラッド1、無理しないで交代してください。
My first time having these hang items. Ah, lost level 3.
荒神ダウンです。出足悪くないですよ。荒神捕食のために離脱しました。
Back over here.
バースト時間が終了します。 荒神結合崩壊が発生。荒神の活性化を確認。荒神がホールド状態になりました。結合崩壊を確認。敵のオラクル反応低下中。交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。
Oh, where are you going, Congo? Get back here. Let's go over to C. I remember seeing a blood bullet first charge spear. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to find out how actually they made it, but we're not going to be doing that for a while though.
僕も負けてはいられないな。
Guys up at C.
ブラッド1、間もなくバーストが解除されます。 荒神の活性化を確認。荒神がホールド状態になりました。中型種が作戦エリア
One
に侵
Congo
入しま
down.
した。侵入ポイント送信します。
指導とは
Today.
生きることと見つけたい。
That game's already like, let's give you 2 medium-sized origami. Let's actually heal up. Not be that low on health. Don't you run. you get to run? Get back here. Give me your tail. Other books in here.
とりあえず一服といったところか。
帰ったらまず任務報告を提出してください。
So really big books too when you look at them. Can the origami destroy all of this knowledge? I'm surprised it's actually not a material spot over here. But it's where the origami obviously spawns.
More 一働きするとしよう。
S-Rank. Well, there. I mean, we're using still the basic equipment. They're hard to kill them that much faster. Hey! Yeah.
Chichikara, ついに覚醒したか。
Get blasted. He gave it a scar though. That's our flagship monster of God Eater 2 right there. He's no die as Pita, but at least he's more personal.
大したやつだ。よくやった。
We now have blood arts. Now this is what we get instead of having predator styles. We have blood arts. These are what make the close combat good in God Eater 2. Instead of predators, we get blood arts. Pretty much, yeah, the real game starts here. Yeah, Marduk's okay, it's not as cool as Hannibal, but yeah, at least Marduk is more personal to your character given that scene, at least. But yeah, we now have blood arts. Now, it takes a while. You have to acquire them, and then awaken them. And there are a lot of them. And they all upgrade. Only have one blood art though. But you do need to awaken these powers. These are what makes, well, everything good. Like here we have start with Iron Splitter. It's our basic long blade one we all have to begin with. Basically what we used in that cutscene. Slash raid. What you get for Buster is the Charge Crush gets stronger. Let's see, there's like Charge Crush Boost, Breaker, they all branch off. There are a lot of them. Yeah, this is the only Scion that survived. Yeah, we'll get to what Scions are a bit later, but you saw Meal said his God Arc wasn't working against a Scion. If we're not gonna be a basic bitch, we're gonna use the long blade. But basically for now, we just need to keep using our God Arcs, and we will start unlocking more and more Blood Arts. And it's like, I need to go use the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay, back. Cactus, why are you barking? We don't have, I don't think we have the blood bullets yet, though. Yeah, we don't have blood bullets yet. We just have our blood arcs. Battle cry. That weird crocodile has such a weird looking god arc. It's got a little turbine in it. But yeah, kind of like I see Guider 2, unlike Guider 1, you don't unlock things unless you get the materials to make them. Like in Guider 1 you saw, whenever you go over rank, just every recipe unlocks that you can see. Here, it'll let you know you're missing recipes. But you gotta get the material that needs, you know, you need a material for whatever it is. And it'll show up. But we're missing a ton. Which is to be expected, given we've only done story missions. Hey, Hopeless. How you doing? It's like, whoa. We've been here less than Romeo, but we've already got our Blood Arts awakened. Oh, he's our rival now, I guess. It does mean you have to grind a lot more in this game, like all your Blood Arts. Because they do have, like, things you need to do to build it up until you awaken them. So it does take a long time. Yeah, we are the second person to have a blood power awaken. There it is, yeah. The Marduk is a Scion. Yeah, basically what it's saying is Scions are like commanders, and they can control other Origami. And since God Arcs are basically an Origami, he could control your God Arc and make it not work. You might see why a Scion is a bit of a problem. But our blood power is strong enough to overcome the residents and basically not listen to the Marduk. That's why the Scions are such an issue. Some Zygotes. So I'll switch off the sniper rifle too. I don't really use sniper. Use a shotgun for now. We'll switch to something more appropriate at some point when I actually have to go make bullets, but... Oh, should restock my pills. We'll bring along our restore 2s. I don't really care about traps. We'll store those away. Shoot. Well, poisoned. It's fine. Poison can't kill you this game. Just go down to 1 hit point. That's one problem with our Blood Art right now, though. When we have it, interrupts the combo. Added to the end of our attack string. It is pretty strong, though. It's a good finisher. It's just slow, as you can see. It does take like half a second to go off. But it's definitely much slower than our normal attacks. I believe it's a part of our 4th string. So if I go... Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, our 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4.
といったところか。
終わりだろ。帰ろうぜ。
茶でも飲んでくか。
毎回この調子でお願いします。
Oh, we didn't awaken anything yet. It takes a while.
任せておけ。
As you can see, we made progress towards unlocking more. I like that she technically said you need to hit 100. Now that you hit 100, you unlock a new blood art. But as you can see, we made progress on a lot of blood arts. Because there were a lot of them. Hey, it's Seal.
ラケル先生の付き添いじゃなさそうだな。
ええ、任務は更新されています。正式にブラッドの隊員として招聘されました。あなたもお変わりなく何よりです。シエル・アランソン、入ります。本日付で極地化技術開発局所属となりましたシエル・アランソンと申します。ジュリウス隊長と同じく児童養護施設マグノリアコンパスにてラケル先生の薫陶を賜りました。基本戦闘術に特化した教育を受けてまいりましたので、今後は戦術戦略の研究に勤しみたいと思います。以上です。
シエル、硬くならなくていいのよ。ようこそブラッドへ。これでブラッドの候補生が皆揃いましたね。血の力を持ってあまねく人気使いを、ひいては救いを待つ人々を導いてあげてくださいね。ジュリウス、
これからブラッド戦術面における連携を重視していく。その命令系統を一本化するために副隊長を任命する。ブラッドを取りまとめていく役割を担ってもらいたい。ここまでの立ち回りと早くも血の力に目覚めたこと、お前が適任だと判断した。副隊長、やってくれるな。
We're vice captain already.
よろしくね。
ま、順当だろう。ナナはあれだし、ロミオは頼りないしな。
うるさいよ。お前の方がよっぽどありえないよ。
前にも言ったが、お前は敵と距離空けすぎだ。そのくせ被弾率が高いってのはどういうことだ。
イノシシバカに言われたくないね。だいたいみんなの車線の邪魔になってるの気づいてないの？
みんなって誰だ？
私じゃないよ。
うるさい、俺だよバカ。
チームの連携に不安が残る現状だが、お前ならきっとできるさ。シエル、副隊長とブラッドについてのコンセンサスを重ねるように。
了解です。
お前らそれくらいにしておけ。戦場でもその調子で規律正しく頼む。
副隊長、改めてよろしくお願いいたします。では後ほど。
Seals are Alyssa of this game, basically. Seal else. She was also in the Aether Gazer collab thing that came out. It was Alyssa and Seal. Also, they didn't do anything for God Eater 3. Maybe because it was a collab, they only get like 2 characters, so they just picked God Eater 1 and 2. And Seal is a sniper. She actually has the same starting skills as Sakuya does, with Frugal and the Healing Beam. She has max Oracle points by default. She gives you consumable items up. She auto recovers Oracle points. Oh, yeah, she can change. You can change her to Sunday Blood uniform, a special, and there's a Sunday Best. I think this is why God Eater Resurrection has the clothing icons. It's because since God Eater Resurrections using God Eater 2 Rage Burst engine. And God Eater 2 is the one that introduced all these outfits. It's just, they didn't include any for... for God Eater Resurrection, except for a handful. Because they didn't really, like, add new costumes, they just, you know, ported over the features. So, everyone in this game has multiple outfits. And I think basically what it is like the blood uniform and the blood special is... If you have the blood, the uniform, they'll wear the standard uniform. Or if they do special, they'll probably wear their class-specific one. Then I have a meeting with Seal about getting team cohesion up.
改めて今後ともよろしくお願いします。先に確認しておきたいことがあります。ブラッドとして作戦行動を行った回数はどのくらいでしょうか？
Well, if you don't count our training, we're on 3 or 4, right?
なるほど。つまりほとんど経験がないということですね。わかりました。それでは次回の任務以降、しばらくは戦術レベルでの連携訓練を行っていくべきですね。
I remember actually Romeo's been in the blood unit for like a while now.
副隊長から私に何か質問などありますか？はい、マグノリアコンパスでご一緒させていただきました。ラケル先生からは知識だけでなく人気使いの矜持というべきものを教わりました。今私がこの誇りある職務に従事できるのは他でもない先生に拾っていただけたおかげだと思っています。ですから自分の境遇を不幸だと考えたことはありません。おそらく隊長も同じだと思います。そうですね。体術や各種武器の扱いの他には破壊工作、諜報活動、暗殺術などを一通り学んだ程度です。
Seal has an interesting set. She's a God Eater, but she's also trained in sabotage, espionage, and assassination. Rachel, what are you teaching these kids?
すでに第一線で戦っている皆様に対して誇るほどのものはありません。
What are you teaching a God Eater assassination?
副隊長の活躍はラケル先生から伺いました。早くも血の力に目覚め、目覚ましい戦果を上げたと。
The important lessons. Why are they important, Patch, huh? Is she also a maid? And an idol? I don't think she's a maid or an idol, but she could probably pull off being a maid.
私も実戦経験では及びませんが、その分、戦術の知識でブラッドに貢献できればと考えています。
Look, she's not an idol. Look at her. She's not an idol, but she kind of looks like a maid, doesn't she?
こういう時は、
The minimum level.
すみません。思い出しました。
Seal's a bit too socially awkward to be an idol.
お互いに足りないところを補って高め合っていければと思っています。ああ、おかしなことを言っていたらすみません。社交的な会話にはどうも不慣れなもので。あ、そうだ。こちらの資料に目を通していただけますか？
She's very professional minded.
皆さんの戦闘データをもとに作成したトレーニングメニューです。1日24時間のうち睡眠8時間、食事、その他の雑事2時間。
At least she gives us 8 hours of sleep.
残り10時間のうち戦闘訓練に4時間、座学に6時間分配します。
10 hours of training a day.
そしてこちらが各メンバーに合わせた訓練計画です。少し精度が甘いかもしれませんが、十分小隊戦力の底上げにはなるかと。では失礼いたします。 これからもよろしくお願いします、副隊長。
Julia just supposed to give us all the work. A bastard. Just like Lindo, no one wants to do paperwork. It's always us. Look at that Yakshas. It's something that in God Eater Resurrection, you don't have to fight a Yaksha in the story until you get to, like, Resurrection content. You never have to fight a Yaksha in the story of all of God Eater and God Eater Burst. Yep, we only could do 3 members. We have to use Gilbert and Seal. So we'll be down a member for this one. Be fine though. It's just Yakshas, not that dangerous, even with my cruddy equipment we have at this stage of the game. "10 minutes of R&R a day? I mean, she'll be in our database now for Seal. She's 16-year-old, 160 centimeters tall. 3rd generation short blade sniper gunner. From a military family. Kate Lowry. From KA in 2071. That would have been actually during God Eater. Speaking of God Eater, actually, does it? No, it'd probably under other. Oh, the Red Rain for the beginning here is what we saw in the intro. So the Red Rain has begun in the last 6 months of this year. When a human comes in physical contact with this rain, there's a high likelihood they will contact the Black Plague. Your beer time with the rain is fallen, the red color vanishes and changes to regular rain and water. That's what's going on right now. We saw the intro is the Red Rain. If you go in the rain, you die. If it tells you what they mean here by the Black Plague. They don't mean the bubonic plague, they mean a specific kind of Black Plague that the Red Raid spreads. This year, our Black Armlet is the P66, which is special what we use. But yeah, as we saw in the intro cutscene, the Red Rain. Shoot, I have a buckler on the remember, I can't block as fast. Now come back here, Yaksha. You have to run. Everyone runs. Yeah, that's true, they do.
改め捕食のために離脱しました。
Get back here, coward. Accept your death. Yeah, that's a little bit of help, it's fine. It's gonna take a while though until we unlock all the cool blood arts. Made it.
任せておけ。
Triple S, as I expect, for only 2.5 minutes. Couple bond break. Ah, almost got Misty Moon. Iron Splitters, starting to like a little bit of experience. Aerial Caliber. I think this is what I was doing when I was doing in the first game. I kept trying to use the zero stance as a counter. I think it's one of the zero stance blood arts is a counter, maybe. That's why I kept doing it out of habit. Now look, we're about customizing bullets once we get the blood bullets. We have a mailing list now for all blood members. Yeah, Gil's kind of prickly. Oh, Rachel's moved over here. Always has expectations. Let's see. Leia. Leah? Leia? I don't know how to say her name, really, to be honest. Is that Leah? Leia? Never really remember in my head what it's supposed to be. Oh, Chio! That's a classic enemy right there. Get a full squad at least. The important thing is that Leia's super hot. I mean, she is pretty much like your favorite character, I'm pretty sure, on this. She should have a tongue tattoo. She has a piercing there, though, yes. She has a tongue piercing. You're fighting in a dam.
強力な近接攻撃に注意が必要です。必要以上の接近は極力避け、銃による頭部の狙撃を推奨します。
銃か。 苦手なんだよな。
いい機会です。銃の練習になると思いますよ。
頑張る。よし、私もシエルちゃんみたいにかっこよく狙撃するぞ。
ナナのそれショットガンだからどっから撃っても当たらないよ。
Yeah.
知らなかった。いや、ハンマーだけでも。
So I'm using a shotgun right now too, Nana. So here's how you snipe up a shotgun.
中ですよ。
Get in its face and shoot it. Hey, Chiyo, get over here. No, don't come over to it. You're on the other side of it. There you go. Oh, we managed to bite it through the ground. Nice. Yeah.
優秀な結果だったと思います。ですが、結局銃の練習は。
Yeah.
まあいいじゃん。なんとかなったんだし。
I like how the voiceover is basically an EI draw. Character who puts their hand on their hip like they're doing a EI draw kind of stance thing. I don't know all the material spots on this damn dam. Oh, there's someone over there. I see.
お役に立てると思います。
There we now have Misty Moon and Falling Petal. We also have Sonic Caliber and Arc Caliber. Barrack Blade still a long ways off though. I haven't been using my Y attack much either in my aerials.
Open Channel に救援要請。つなぎます。
こちらサテライト拠点第2建設予定地。観音市と思わしき反応を観測塔から北北東30キロ地点に確認。複数の通常荒神を引き連れている模様。至急応援を求めます。
観音種。
ブラッドに緊急連絡。近くに観音種とおぼしき反応を確認。先ほどの救援要請地点とほぼ一致。救助並びに観音種討伐をお願いします。
急いで助けに行かないと。みんな観音種とはまともに戦えないんだろ。
ああ、つまり今が俺たちの本領を発揮する時だ。観音種討伐、ブラッド出るぞ。
了解。
There, kill us with Scion. Falling Pedal. It's a zero stance X attack. Even more effective against Aragami weak points. Massive Blade X. Attack improves. Let's try Misty Moon. Like how actually here on the map, you also can see the location of all of the various locations we can actually go to. The Arch Dam we went to is over there. There's the Urban Park, Tornado Alley. Satellite Base 001 is there. We can't see Satellite Base 002 from here though. There's like the aircraft carrier space where the Aegis site is. But she doesn't have a tongue tattoo, she has a tongue piercing. It's a little different. God Dark Soldiers still aren't ready. You know what exactly those are for, Chris? Why'd I read my own name out like that? It's kind of weird. They're for piercings. That's what they're for. Everyone knows that. It's for stats, right? Yeah, stats. So we had to fight our first Scion, Yanzai? Yanzi? It's Chinese. I'm probably saying it completely wrong. +1 gem slot, exactly. Yahtzee. It's Yahtzee, yeah, you're right. Time to go Yahtzee. So we have a special debuff going on, because Scions all have their own field effect. So we got rid of the ads. So she's basically a special Chiyo. Blasting people by shotgun to stop doing that. Not good manners. Should I have Buckler? Summons ads is its gimmick, which is really rude. The one before I want some ads too? Well, yeah, that's illegal though. I'm allowed to have reinforcements. They're not. Nana, please move.
捕食のために離脱しました。敵のダウンを確認。荒神の討伐を確認しました。荒神が沈黙しました。荒神の討伐を確認しました。ブラッド1、間もなくバーストが解除されます。
By the way, we still haven't even close to the full powers for Guardian 2 yet.
周囲のオラクル濃度が上昇、集結。荒神が形成されます。敵がダウンしました。荒神が沈黙しました。敵がダウン。ブラッド1、バースト時間が終了します。敵のダウンを確認。敵へのダメージ累積しています。
So he's having my buckler.
ジュリウス隊長、無理しないで回復してください。ブラッド1、バイタルを確認し対応してください。まだやれるって。危険です。無理はしないでください。
A little bit of health back.
交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。周囲のオラクル濃度が上昇、集結。荒神が形成されます。荒神ダウンです。
Come on. Can't have much left in the tank by this point, right?
荒神の討伐を確認しました。敵のダウンを確認。荒神が沈黙しました。
There we go.
任務完了。全員帰還できますね。
Figured you're gonna have too much left in the tank after all that abuse. I don't know what the debuff it actually does is. I don't know if there's actually a way to check, but Scions do give you some kind of debuff. I just don't actually know what it does off the top of my head. But you can see we had like that purple orb kind of surround us when we were near it. Actually, I think what that does is if they are someone who does not have a blood power activated, I think they're nerfed, maybe? I don't remember 100%. I don't know what the game tells you. It might be in the terminal.
任せておけ。
Sonic Caliber, Arc Caliber, Enduring Blade, Halcyon Blade, unlocked. Barrier Slide, Crashing Wave Cut, Slaughter Gear, Skanda. Oh, Gale Strike's a long ways off. Also, now what else have we got? Oh, we should have also got those Impulse Edges. Maybe we didn't show them.
あなたたちは
It's Alyssa.
失礼。フェンリル極地下技術開発局所属ブラッド隊隊長ジュリウス・ビスコンティです。オープンチャンネルに救援要請が入ったためこちらに参りました。
フェンリル極東支部アリサ・イリーニチナ・アミエラです。
Yep, she is now a part of Cradle, an independent unit. She doesn't work at the Den anymore, for when the first game takes place. She's a part of Cradle.
救援要請へのご対応ありがとうございます。
Also, the hat she's wearing is, in the canon, a gift from the protagonist of the first game.
いえ。
終わった
私の部下が何か？
いえ、ただ少し知っている人と似ていたような気がしたので。
そうですか。
隊長、祈祷準備ができました。
了解だシエル。今行く。それではまた。
I don't think it's ever clear exactly what the protagonist of the first game is. They're not around right now. They're elsewhere. I don't think it ever really clarifies what they're up to, and why they're not around during the entire events of God Eater 2. And we have Alyssa, 18 years old, which means that this is 3 years later, she was 15 in the first game. Second generation. Mila's 20. I like how his abilities are passing to chivalry. Question mark, question mark, question mark. You're like, I don't know what the chivalry thing is, but apparently he subscribes to it. Here's the thing. Gilbert is actually a first generation God Eater, but his God Arc has been upgraded to a third generation. So they have the technology to now upgrade first generations to third gen. Here, maybe I'll say what we'll call Yahtzee does. Okay, so it attacks them to attack a single target. I guess it's basically an aura. It's targeting one person and it makes everyone beat them up. Abaddon is the thing we'll see on free missions, which I should do some at some point. Here is the new crocodile we saw, the Ukon Vasara. Just clear out these. And here's a Zuwang, which are summoned by the Yahtzee. Now big new Kuragane blades. Let's look at what our new blood arts say. So Misty Moon's a pretty simple one. It's just it buffs your normal attacks over and over, so it's solid. X attack is stronger. Very simplistic. Sonic Caliber. Oracle Blades shoot out from your attacks. And Arc Caliber. Oracle Blades strike distant opponents more powerful versus weak to your attack's attribute. Interesting. Of course, we have Iron Splitter. Enduring Blade. This is what I ended up using a lot. Why I kept zero stancing. Enduring Blade. In effect, can be chained through successive attacks. That's why I was in the habit of spamming zero stance. Because basically you use zero stance, and you get stronger every time you zero stance. So the more you spam, the more basically enemy holds still, the better you'll do. It's Gale Strike, Roaring Cinder. Halcyon Blade. Extends stem to greatly increase your attack power. The effect can be chained through successive attacks. Oh, okay. Can now get the Impulse Edge Mark IV makes your Impulse Edge go kaboom. Or the Chain Blast, which does burst fire. Oh yeah, because let's see, you notice something. So, you remember the first game, when we used the long swords, they had a Impulse Edge bullet that depended on the sword. That is no longer true. All of them have the same, I think. What modifies your Impulse Edge is your blood art, if any. That's why I can't just, like, sit in front of the enemy and shoot them with blood bullets over and over. Shoot them with my Impulse Edge. Because, that is something Resurrection added. But in God Eater 2, it's tied to your blood art. So all it comes with currently is a single fire, like, explosive shot. But Chain Burst lets you kind of work like rapid fire. It appears the rapid fire there specifically. Chain Blast lets you fire more in a row, though. There's the laser. There's one more branch you have to detonate. Keep on, I have a Misty Moon for now, just because it's pretty easy. It's really get a control unit, actually. Because they only all work for while you're in burst, but upgrade blood arts. Yeah, while you're in burst. Dark to Seal. Yeah, they definitely do have more restore pills. Yeah, how much do they cost right now for every... Yeah, we can only get restore pills. We shouldn't be using restore pill 2s that much. You can't buy any currently. The restore balls are pretty expensive. Give it the bonk with the hammer. I mean, my plan was to hit it till it dies, honestly. Seal's a very... That's kind of how Seal is, though. She wants things to be like a plan. Well, let's see. Although, we're pretty close to the end of the day. Streaming time. So, let's stop that. It's a little early, but we won't quite have the time to just, like... Yeah, I don't know when you use those store pills, those are not replaceable. It's a store, though. We'll keep... That'll be enough healing this early in the game. Alright, though. So, we'll end it a little early, but not enough time to really get into another hunt. I mean, maybe, but I don't remember if there's cutscenes after. I don't want to run too long over. So, I'm sick. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Shy Tuber earlier for the follow. I will, let's see, so normally there'd be like a Helldiver stream in like, 10 hours, but I don't know if that's happening today. I won't go into details, it's stuff that I shouldn't put on record without permission, so we'll just say there's something that might go on instead. So there may not be a Helldiver stream tonight. I don't know for sure yet. Regardless of that though, I will be back tomorrow, and we will play more Rage Burst. I might actually try to do some off-screen stuff, the hard missions, just because if you want to show off all the blood arts, there's a lot of grinding involved compared to God Eater Resurrection. there's a lot more mandatory, I would say mandatory, but if you want to get your blood arts, it is a lot of spamming X, Y, aerial, and all your special moves over and over. So you kind of need to do some extra missions. But anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for watching, though. Hope you had a good time. We'll be back either tonight or, well, we'll be back tomorrow with God Eater. Potentially tonight have some Helldivers too. We'll see. Hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I hope I will see you next time when we'll do more stuff. We're going to be in God Eater 2 for a long time. My other save file was like over 50 hours, and that wasn't even into Rage Burst yet, so I don't actually know how long it'll take me to finish Rage Burst. We'll see. See you next time, everyone. You're all wonderful. Bye-bye.